In this video, we're going to continue to look at Air Force, and we're going to look at their toss, which right here, obviously, they're tossing to the field. Fullback goes opposite. Everybody's just basically zoning the way that the toss is. And, of course, there's the motion, and fullback goes that way. So if you're keying the fullback, that might throw you off. Everybody's zoning that way. They lead the defensive end unblocked. They're not worried about that. They're just going to outrun him. Toss out in front. You can see that thing's getting caught outside the tackle. We've got guys leading out right there. You have your wing. He turns, he runs to the alley. Right here, receiver comes off. He's going to block most dangerous. I think it's his safety or linebacker that rolls in right there, just taking whoever is the guy that they deem most dangerous right there. So as you see that tackle, just open up and running. They're leaving this defensive end, D-tackle, saying they're just going to beat that with speed out in that alley. And they're rolling right there. This clip against Nevada. Right here with the end zone view, you can really see how wide this is when it gets caught. It's all the way from the hash. This thing gets caught at the middle of the field. So that's a long ways for that thing to travel. And these guys running full speed. And you can see why. They're not worried about this guy. They're not worried about that D-tackle. They're going to outrun that guy. And they're going to get up to that second, third level with their linemen. And, of course, that wing back out there getting the edge, rolling, getting a first down right there. Explosive play for Air Force with just that toss. Again, they're tossing that direction. Fullback's going to go opposite. A little bit different look. They're in a three front here. For Nevada, they have these wide stand-up backers. So right there, if you're thinking about that, that could definitely be an issue. He's probably going to have to get up there with that wing back. But we'll take a look at it. Again, ball snapped as soon as he's even with the quarterback. The thing gets flipped out there. Not quite as wide as the last one. I'm not sure if it's one of those things they look out there and they see this and say, hey, we can't pitch this thing as wide, but right there it's a little bit tighter. Good job here by the wingback. Got to be physical. You at least got to get a body on him, and that wingback does that with a lot of force right there. You can see him. He just lowers that hips, puts that shoulder, and absolutely delivers that blow to that outside linebacker, and they're catching the edge right there. And if you're looking at these linemen, again, leaving this guy right here, I believe he's probably a 4-eye in that three front. Guard reaches him. Tackle has him reached by a lineman, and then this guard just outruns him into that gap. And they're just trying to get to that front side on those linebackers, which these guys, for whatever reason, on the toss are trying to jump to the inside instead of running over the top. And right there, of course, if you jump inside on a toss, it's not great. Run to the corner right there, get into the end zone on a first and goal. Again, really good job. Really good play here by this wingback. Something that's obviously not going to go unnoticed by those coaches. That the physicality right there, bringing it to the outside linebacker. And then great job by the tackle and guard running, getting a piece of those linebackers, allowing them to score right there. Right here on this loop against Colorado State, you can see there's really no fullback. They end up bringing his wing and obviously pitch it way out here to those guys. They end up blitzing their linebacker there to the middle, which whenever you have something like this with this toss, those guys are already beat just with the lineman. And the two receivers right here, blocking most dangerous, he'll be rolling that alley. He should be picked up right there by that wingback. See again how wide that toss is. Ball starts right there in the middle of the field. Toss right there is caught at or just outside the hash. Of course, this tackle, he circles that defensive end. Guard actually slips inside, and now they're out in space right there. Good seal right here on this linebacker. Two guys rolling the alley. He's on the corner. Ball's in space right there, and they're rolling. Out leverage there by alignment, and then, of course, that blitz really didn't give them a chance because they're taking two guys in that gap inside the tackle right there. So no chance right there to set the edge. And they're rolling right there on 2nd and 7. Big play, getting the ball in space for Air Force's offense. Another good look against Colorado State. Motioning going that direction. This receiver's actually coming in here. He's going to end up blocking this backside safety. Tackle, of course, he's going to open up. He's going to outrun that defensive end. Wingback's actually going right there, and he's going to block the corner. So it's almost like a buck sweep. If you stopped it right there, it looks like a crack, and then you've got a kick. You've got a lead right there. So basically a buck sweep right there. Fullback goes opposite. Everybody else is just open and running, trying to cut off and make those guys go underneath so they can circle the defense. Right there, 8 gets in. You can see wing back arcing out. Take first opposite color. It ends up being this middle backer right here that slides out with that motion. So right there, he takes that linebacker and puts him wherever he wants to go. He actually puts 2 in that gap because that corner's in that gap as well. And now they're rolling. Really good play here by this tackle. As you're watching this tackle, he opens up. He outruns that defensive end. And he gets up, and it's actually the safety that he just makes him go underneath and then turns back on, and that creates that big play. Running back does a great job just outrunning the pursuit. The unblocked guys, these defensive ends, defensive tackles, don't even worry about blocking them. Just outrun those guys. There's the alley. Hits that thing with a head of steam. runs through an arm tackle, gets in the end zone. And right there, obviously, 7, the receiver, he slides in right here. I thought he was going to block this near safety, but he ends up passing him up, taking care of this deepest safety right there, and that allows him to get to the end zone. Again, those guys are just tossing it out there, not worrying about the front side end or defensive tackle, taking care, putting a body on body and being physical, getting the ball in space. This look right here, again, it's an unbalanced set, and they actually take care of literally everybody from this defensive end out. So right here you see this defensive end, he ends up slanting inside this tight end or unbalanced extra lineman that bumped over there. So all you're going to do is he's going to go up to the safety, he's working the corner. This tight end right here is actually going to work up to that backside, and this wing back is supposed to get this outside backer. So again, there's a toss, everybody is slanting inside, trying to stop that option, trying to fit that, and right there they just toss it outside of it, body on a body. You see this wing back trying to circle this linebacker. Linebacker right here, if you're watching, he actually absolutely demolishes this wing back, puts him on his butt, but now he's got to make tackle again in space. Just dives at his legs, almost too big. Air Force gets to the end zone. But again, you can see body on a body. There's the extra guys with that unbalanced set, getting everybody blocked, taken care of. Red zone goal line with a little bit of toss for a touchdown. Here's a great look against Colorado. Bring it down here to the right side of the field. Interesting thing about this was the alignment from the defense. You have a 7 right here. This is an unbalanced look. So they have an extra alignment here. Everybody's just, again, open up and running. For whatever reason, this linebacker slides into the box right there. This guard actually passes that outside linebacker that should possibly be setting the edge. And now those guys are in space. You see there are 2 linemen that are outside of the guys that are probably supposed to be containing, with a guy running the alley right there as well. So not great leverage there by Colorado's defense, and they get it easily on the edge for a big play. And right there you can see why Colorado kind of struggled defensively. Can't set the edge. Don't have a guy that can set the edge on a guard for Air Force.